All right, everybody, here we go. We are going to talk about how to drum up business, how to become successful without having to annoy everybody that you know. That's kind of the number one thing about MLMs and the reason why people don't want to do MLMs, regardless of how amazing the products are, right? Is that they're afraid that they're going to have to lose status in some way, right? Which is really what it's all about, that they're going to have to be less than in some way because they're going to have to eat crow in front of all of these people. That is not even a thing, right? With Young Living, not even a thing in the first place. But B, what we're going to be doing here, what I'm going to show you how to do here, is how to build up your authority in the form of a blog, okay? So we're going to learn how to blog so people know who you are, what you stand for, so they know the stories that come along with what you're selling or what you're offering or the solutions that you're giving people, right? In the form of what we have as Young Living, but then guys, also in the form of what we do, period, right? Because we're here to help each other out, right? So there are lots of things that you are good at and that you are extremely passionate about, right? And that is going to give you the flavor for your blog. I imagine that a number of you have already done one of these on me, have already sort of like glazed over a little bit, and that's totally cool. Totally okay. Stay with me though, okay? Because I find that people get scared whenever I start talking about blogging for two reasons. And one of those reasons is because they think that it's too technical for them. They immediately count themselves out of the game because they think it's too technical. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you step by step how to set up the blog, okay? So the too technical thing, we can go ahead and kick it out of the window. Do something with it, right? Get rid of that, okay? And then the second thing is, what do I write about? So you can have your blog all set up, but then people are like, well, gosh, I don't even know what to write about. What makes me special? What are the things that people want to hear from me? I don't know what to write about, right? So let me just tell you a super quick backstory on me if you don't know who I am, okay? So I'm relatively, at this point in time, as I'm recording this, I'm relatively new in Young Living. However, I am not at all new to digital marketing, to blogging, to websites, to basically getting people's attention for free. I'm not new at that at all, okay? So that's what I'm gonna show you how to do, because really at the end of the day, you guys, we have life-changing products. Okay? It's just that a lot of us don't know how to share it in a way that people want to consume it, that they want to come to you and ask you about it, right? A lot of us just have sort of seen how other people have made offers on different MLMs or whatever and think that's just how you do it. Well, it's not. It's not. We're no longer in a society that welcomes push marketing. What people want to do is they want to search for topics. They want to find it on their own, and then they want to come and ask you questions. And that, friends, that builds a good relationship, okay? So let's get into it. First things first, I have a really good relationship with GoDaddy. We have done some events together and things like that. For that reason, they have given you guys a link that gives you these products, like in order to set up a blog, that set up the product for like 70 to 80% off or something. It's ridiculous. You can't get the deal anywhere else, so use it, okay? So there's that. That code is, or I'm sorry, that link is x.co, so x.co/GDWPMK. Again, it's x.co/GDWPMK. I'll tell you it again at the end just to make sure that you guys have it. I don't want to gloss over it because it saves you seriously like $90 or something. It's ridiculous. So Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the actual blogging, the setting up of the blog itself, okay? So let me share my screen here real quick. Actually, before I do that, I want to say something. I want to talk about the purpose of a blog beyond the things that I already said, because I do want you guys to understand that there's way more value than just bringing people in for Young Living, okay? Some of you are stay-at-home moms. Some of you are people that want to have another business, right? So you want Young Living, but maybe you do something else that, like maybe you're writing a book. Maybe you are creating an online course. Maybe you are wanting to start an Etsy shop or something, right? Like maybe that there are other things that you want to do as well. That's where blogging is going to set you up as an authority in the things that you're passionate about, okay? So not only is it good for search, so basically I'm going to show you how to set up a blog that whenever you write an article, first, I'm going to also give you, I need to keep telling you all these things I'm going to give you. I'm also going to give you the top 10 things that people are searching so far as Young Living is concerned, because then you can write articles about that and nail search results, okay? So whenever people are searching on Google for things that you're talking about or for things that you offer, you are going to be showing up, okay? Because you're going to know all the secrets to how to show up. That's the whole point, right? That's the whole point. If people can find you on Google and build a relationship with you and like your writing and like your style, that is your bat signal. Everybody will start coming into that, you guys. It's powerful, powerful stuff, okay? So it's good for search. You're able to share your products. You can do affiliate marketing as well alongside everything else that you do. So you could become like an Amazon affiliate. There's all sorts of places like Share a Sale, Commission Junction, all sorts of affiliate sites where if you use that product, they have millions of products on there. If you use that product, you can share that link, and if somebody buys that product, then you get a kickback from somebody buying that product. The only caveat to that is please don't be one of those scuzzy people on the internet that says that they use something that they don't actually use, right? Be completely honest and upfront with your audience because they trust you. Do not disable that trust in any way. We want to make sure that they keep trusting us because they have good reason to, right? Also, you can integrate videos. So videos from YouTube. There's really all sorts of things that you can do with the blog. Essentially, the blog started out as almost like an online diary of sorts. And what it has evolved into is more of, let me tell you how I'm living my life in this capacity, right? So there's usually some sort of angle on a blog, and that's what I want you guys to think about is what is your angle on your blog? So on mine is the oilygang.com. We just started it with my daughter for Young Living. That blog anyway, I have other blogs too, but for that one, that is about raising a crunchy family. I mean, my family is almost as crunchy as you can get without wearing like hemp clothes and stuff, you guys. Like legit, we are very, very crunchy. Like no processed sugar, no processed wheat, all of the, I mean, just there's anything you can think of. We're totally, totally crunchy. Nora has never ever, my daughter has never ever had processed sugar. It's how we roll. It's what we like, right? So we write about that. So I write about that. My daughter and I do videos. She talks a lot about Ningxia. She loves Ningxia. She calls it unicorn juice, which is completely adorable. Yeah, we do like unboxings and stuff like that. So the stuff that people are searching for and are interested in, we have a YouTube channel. You'll be able to do all of these things because really what you're doing is you're creating, and I want you to wrap your minds around this because you're creating a brand identity. Okay, so there's Young Living, that's a brand, but then you really need to look at what you are doing as a brand as well, right? So make sure that you know your your brand identity, know who you are, and what you're bringing to the table. What are you talking about? So we're also keto, so we talk about keto recipes and things like that. So that is our angle. That's how we, those are the people that come to us, because that's your bat signal, right? So are you Krejci? Are you heavily into wellness? Do you maybe have somebody in your family with heart disease that is treating that in some way? Maybe somebody with cancer that is treating that. Maybe you are a homesteader, right? Like there's so many different things. And it's so funny because a lot of us don't even realize the flavor that we have or the angles that we have. It may be better for you to ask 5 of your closest friends, like, when you see me, what do you think of so far as like angle wise? Like what do you think? What are the words that come up whenever you see me? Like that might help you a little bit as well, because it's very hard to look at ourselves like that, right? So anyway, that is what you will talk about in your blog, aside from the Young Living stuff that I'm going to share with you as well. Okay. Now I'm going to share my screen with you. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So after you have your GoDaddy account set up, you are going to, and again, that link, x.co/GDWPMK. It also gives you a free email address and a free domain name for the year. Forgot to mention that. They just give stuff away to my people. Like GoDaddy and I have a very, very good relationship. I worked for them for a little over 5 years, so we're tight. Here we go. Go into our website. So you're going to go to Managed WordPress. That's the one that you're going to want to choose, is Basic Managed WordPress whenever you set it up. I'm going to go to Add Site. Then it's going to say, what do you want to do? And I want to build a brand new site. I'm going to choose the North American Data Center. I'm going to create this. And this password, I just did that very quickly. These are going to be your username and password whenever you log in the future, okay? So make sure that you write this stuff down. The password, if you saw it down here, let me just take one off. Down here, it's going to show you a list of things that need to be in the password. And as soon as you have satisfied that in the actual password that you've created, it goes away. Okay, so when you see that this is gone, then you know that your password is a good password, okay? So we'll click on Add. It's going to take just a little bit of time here. And here is what I'm actually going to do. Move me over here. A lot of products, you guys. If you see me scrolling through there and are like, hot dang, remember, I have a marketing agency. Okay. I am actually just going to go into this one so we don't have to wait. So you'll click on WP Admin, which is the button I just clicked on there. And then you wait. All right. Cool. So whenever you log into it, it's going to ask you if you want to, this is the back end of WordPress, by the way. It's going to ask you a few questions. It's going to say, do you want to use the wizard or no? Okay. For you guys, I would use the wizard, okay? It's going to ask you a few questions. One of the questions that it's going to ask you is this a website, or is this a blog and a website? Or is it just a blog, okay? Here's what that actually means. So what that actually means is if you say it's just a blog, which I totally suggest, okay? If you say that it's just a blog, then your blog feed is going to be on the main page when somebody comes to that domain name. Does that make sense? So instead of, it being a static website and then you have to go to the blog page, your blog's actually going to be on the front. And you guys, for this industry and for this niche, it really needs a blog roll on the front page. That really is because people are coming to a place and they want to see what's new quickly. They don't want to, it's not like you're a real estate agent, and it's not like you're, changing oil on cars and people need to read brochure stuff about you. That's not what they're here for. They're here to read the articles, okay? So that's what I would actually do, okay? Now, for the Oily Gang one, I set that up on a different kind of website. So we do have a blog button because I was trying out a different platform. Not saying it was right, just did it, okay? But if I had it to do over again, I would do it this way. Make sure that you have your blog as your front. All right, so as you are going through, so you're going to want to say that it's a blog, okay? Let me actually see if the other one is done. May have been enough time. Let me just check here. Because if it is... Oh, it is. Let's go ahead and do this one then. So this is the new one. There it is. Okay, so WordPress successfully installed. Edit your site by going to WordPress admin. So you go to WP admin. And we wait. Sure, this has nothing to do with my tabs. Here we go, getting started quickly with WordPress. So you can either say no thanks or start wizard. I want to walk you through this because I do not want you to be confused at all, okay? So here it is, website and blog, blog only or online store. I'm sorry, that's what it said. Let's choose blog only. For industry, let's say, I wonder if essential oils is a thing. Nope. Let's say wellness. If you have a different kind of industry you would want to put in there, by all means do that. Title, if you have a name of your group, mine is the Oily Gang. If you have a name of your group, then go ahead and call that your title or put your name on there. Tagline, if you have a tagline. Keeping it healthy. And then we'll go continue. This is, you check mark the box, I want to add my contact and or social media profiles to the website. I would absolutely do this, okay? Your email address. What this is going to do is all of these people, all of these millions and millions of people that are out on the internet searching this stuff every honking day are going to happen upon your website. And if you give them contact info for them to reach out to you, you are now establishing relationships, okay? You're no longer a sterile, front-facing, I'm an essential oils rep person. You're now like, I'm somebody who knows stuff that you want to know. So go ahead and ask me what you want to know. Does that, you see the difference there? And how that actually builds trust, builds authority, and will build your brand into other things. I mean, look at Lindsay Teague Marino, right? I mean, like, that's that's essential oils built into digital marketing and stock photos. I use her stock photos. She is killer. Love her. So you can definitely build a brand based on just this blog. I hope you guys understand how absolutely huge it is. I mean, please stay with me and understand how big this is, okay? So put in your email address, whatever that is. You just got a free one with GoDaddy. So if you didn't have one before, you have one now. Now for phone number, that's a little iffy, right? You may want to have your phone number on there. I would probably not. I have kids. I have a daughter, right? I don't want my phone number out there like that. Fax number, I'm not even sure what that is. I'm just kidding. I can't believe they have it on here though. Address, I wouldn't put street address in there either, unless you have some sort of shop that is, front facing, brick and mortar, want people to come there, then that's cool. If not, I wouldn't put your address on there. So your different social media profiles, the way that you get them on here is you click on the F for Facebook, and then really you just go to Facebook. So I would go to mine here. Which one do I want? So I would go to my Facebook, move this guy. And if you do not yet have a public Facebook page, please get one. And then you copy the URL from the top. And where was I? There we go. And what I just do here is I just copy and paste the whole hunkin' thing there. Google Plus, if you have one, don't worry about it. Google Plus is dying a very slow death. Don't worry about that. Just don't worry about it. Instagram, absolutely. Grab your Instagram same exact way as you would go to your Instagram here and grab the, let me just go to it. Let me go to it, for crying out loud. Are you guys having fun yet? Are you inspired? I hope you are. Here we go. This is mine. Boom, pow. You just copy that little guy up here when you're in your profile, okay? And then we go back to whatever tab I was on. There we are. Boom. LinkedIn, you can add that too. I don't find LinkedIn is such a huge deal for people in our industry though. So you can have it if you want to. Maybe if you plan on growing into digital marketing or into some sort of B2B professional thing, maybe that would work out for you. I just don't think it's necessary. Pinterest is another thing. So you could go ahead and go to your Pinterest, same exact thing as you would go to your Pinterest page. I'm not going to go to all my pages here, but you would add it like that. Same with Twitter. Okay, guys. And I'm actually just going to undo that. There we go. And click on continue. If you guys have any questions as I'm going through this here, go ahead and put them in the comments, okay? Ask the questions. I will answer the questions. I promise you. I promise. So let's see. We are now into choose a theme. Now there's a couple of things that I wanted to say here. The theme is kind of the flavor of the whole blog, okay? That being said, do not rely on the theme to be everything about your blog. Okay. I, for one, when it comes to a blog, I'm very into a minimalist look because I want for the images to pop and I want for the content to pop. I don't want people looking around all over the place because really, you guys, when it comes down to it, a strong rule of digital marketing is that a confused mind always says no. And what that means in this capacity is that if somebody comes to a page and they're visually kind of confused about what to do, then they're probably going to go away, regardless of how much they needed to read that article. Okay, I need you guys to understand that. The more flowery, pretty stuff that we put on there, yeah, as women, we love it and it's pretty. Functionally, people aren't reading our stuff. So what we need is for people to consume our content so we can build these relationships, okay? Leave the flowery and the pretty stuff, leave it in your imagery, right? Leave it in the images that you put into the blog. The blog itself, the sort of structure of the blog itself, keep that as minimal as you can, okay? So you can find themes here. Or if you wanted to get a little crafty and a little outside of the box, and if you want to spend a few bucks, you could go to a place called themeforest.net. So that's themeforest.net. Okay. And then you could search for health and wellness, WordPress, blog, templates. That's literally the words I would search for if I were you. But what I would do is just grab one of these. So I really like this one here, and I also like 2015. I'm going to grab this one though, because again, you guys, I like the white. I like the clean white space. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this. And then it gives you some images based on the category that you chose already, right? So we chose wellness. So it's giving me some images based on that. Well, I don't want candles. I don't want candles. This image might be interesting. That's interesting. This is interesting. It really just depends on your angle, right? You could also put images of you and your family. I would totally invest, if you haven't already done a photo shoot, and I know now, right now is probably where you're like, oh, okay, now I'm checking out. Just again, stay with me. If you haven't done a photo shoot yet, I would put something out on Facebook and say, hey, I need to do a photo shoot for my brand. Who would be able to help me out with this? And then people will message you. And yeah, it'll cost something, but it'll cost a lot less than you might expect. Okay. Like I have a friend that does it for $50, you guys. Like it's not a big deal at all. Okay. But what it's going to do is make a gigantic difference in how, not only how people see you, but also how you see you. It's a really interesting thing. A friend of mine and I, gosh, was it last year already? Yeah. We had a photo shoot, and then whenever we got the images back, we were like, oh my goodness, like we look really good. But it actually made us feel like more empowered just by having that photo shoot. It was very, very cool, you guys. It can do some awesome stuff for you. So that being said, doesn't hurt to get a photo shoot sometime in the future. I'm just going to use this image. So I'm going to click on next. And then I'm going to click on close. And I'm going to select this because that is what I want. So I have chosen a theme now. And this is where I need that Jeopardy theme music, I think is how that goes. All right. So now it is ready for me to customize, okay? We're just about done, you guys. And then I'm going to go into 10 blog topics that people are searching for. And then I'm going to show you where to continuously go back and find more and more stuff that people are searching for as it pertains to essential oils, supplements, wellness, alternative pain solutions, like all of that stuff. I'm going to show you where to find what people are typing in to get that info, okay? Because if you can answer that question that they're typing in, that they are literally typing in, then you are going to just catapult to the top of Google in your industry. I'm telling you, it's not difficult. You just have to play by the rules, okay? And I'm going to tell you what the rules are. It's not cheating. It's doing it right. Okay, so let's go next. So editing your site. Nope, I don't need the tutorial. Promise. So site identity. We already gave the site a title. That was in the questionnaire that we did earlier. The tagline, we already did that. So you can also just not show the title and the tagline. See how it disappeared up here? And we show it again. Site icon, this is called a favicon. So it's like your favorite icon. That's what it actually stands for. So it needs to be 512 by 512 pixels. But you guys, here's what a favicon is. So if you look at the top of my screen, I'm going to kind of circle one of the favicons, one of the many favicons at the top of my screen. So actually, let's do Lindsay Teague's. So that is hers for her stock image. Let me just show you it. there it is, styled stack. That is her favicon up here, okay? Whoop, let me get out of here. Yeah, these images are so pretty. Okay. That is what, you know, if you have a logo already, it would be great to use that. If you don't have a logo, you guys, some place to really get a cheap logo for your brand that you are building right now, Etsy. I know that like Fiverr exists and things like that, but I feel like Fiverr, they seem to be very vanilla. Etsy, people make some beautiful stuff on Etsy. You can pay like $20 and get a logo in the colors that you want, right? You just search whatever kind of logo you're looking for. Like if you like flamingos, then you would say flamingo logo in Etsy, and you would look that up, and then you would find different logos with flamingos. Or if you want a script logo, then you would search that, right? Or if you want it to be rose gold or something like that, you would search that, and then you would find all of these logos, and you can get a logo with like 3 different appearances, like 3 different ways, styled 3 different ways for like $20 from some people. So I would look on there before I went anywhere else, because as always, I like to support local, and I like to support moms, and I like to support people in small business. So it's the best way we can support each other, right? Then maybe send them an Inksha Nitro as a thank you or something, right? Here, you're welcome. So site icons, that's where you would upload that logo, okay? And you would just click on select image, you would upload it like you upload anything, all right? And then you go back. You can choose colors, you guys. I would probably keep these colors. Again, we want the pictures and the content to pop. We don't necessarily want anything else to pop, but that's where you would change colors if you wanted to. Your header image, a lot of people choose things like their family. I use my daughter and I a lot in a lot of stuff. So, you know, whatever you want to do, this is the first thing they're going to see. So it's really going to be good if they see you front and center, okay? If you don't have a picture of yourself, that's totally okay. Just use something that represents you well. Let me back off of that. Again, I wouldn't do a background image. A background image is going to take this white and make it an image instead, and is totally going to go against everything that I preach anyway. So I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm not even going to show you how to do it. Menus, we don't need that right now. Widgets, that is this. So widgets are these side menu things. Those are called widgets, okay? So one widget that is already in there is follow me. So that is the Instagram and the Facebook one. And then contact me, and then there's your email address. You can add other widgets. So if we click on add widget, you can add a widget for categories, which is fun. I like to have that actually, because it's kind of like a side menu, because whenever you set up categories, which I'll show you in just a minute, when you set up categories, it's basically saying, like, you could set up categories for essential oil blends, for, different kinds of recipes, and then they can it's a quick navigation where they can just click on that. You can have them fill out a form. I'm not going to get into this because we don't have a ton of time today, but you can also, in your brand, you can create a freebie or a guide where somebody gives you an email address in exchange for that guide or that freebie, and now they get on an email list. Now, that's something that I work through with my students and such. In here, I really can't get into that because that is a big deal. Just know that that's something that you can do. Okay, feel free to email me or message me if you have questions about that. I do want to answer any questions that you have. I just can't go into it right now, okay? You can put images over there. You can do all of this stuff, okay? You can put a video over there. But again, we don't want to be too distracting. So I think it's important to have these two, especially the follow me and the contact me, but then the categories would be a good one as well, okay? And this is the first post that WordPress always puts on for everybody, okay? So let me show you how to add a post, okay? And then after we've added the post, I'm going to tell you about the top 10 things people are searching for so far as Young Living is concerned. And then I'm going to show you where to find more topics as you go on so you don't ever run out of content to write about, okay? And then that's it. All right, we are doing good on time. Oh, fine, let's publish. And we wait. Okay, so we go to posts. This is where like the rubber meets the road, okay? We are gonna post a blog, y'all. Okay, so let's click on posts over here. Like you're about to be a blogger. So when people say, hey, what do you do? I don't know, I'm a blogger. What do you do? So here's hello world. Let's go ahead and click on trash. It's probably the only time you'll ever do this. Trash that. Bye. There we go. Okay, so for posts, first thing that I want to do is I want to touch on categories over here. Again, this is going to be like what different posts are considered, okay? Or what they can be searched under is a better way to say that. Uncategorized, just so you guys know, you can't ever delete that one. You have to edit it. So we'll make this one essential oils. And whenever you're making the slug, which is right here, which is a very attractive term for what we're doing here. When it's 2 words, make sure you put a hyphen between them, okay? You just click on update. You don't need to fill either of these things out. And then you go back, click on categories again. See, this now says essential oils. Let's add another category for essential oil blends. Because this is where you can, you know, write a blog about stress away or pan away or whatever blend, or maybe a DIY made at home blend that you did, or maybe you make your own face cream. There are different things that you can do. So let's see, essential oil blends. I hope you guys are digging this. And then you don't need to do any of this. Click on add category. I'm like so excited for you guys. So let's do one more. Let's do the DIY. So we'll do DIY oily. I'm just going to say stuff. DIY oily stuff. So DIY hyphen oily hyphen stuff. There it is. Okay. So now let's go to all posts. And there aren't any, right? We deleted the one that was supposed to be deleted. And so we go to add new. All right. So guess what you do here? You would add the title. So here is where I'm going to tell you the top 10 things that people are searching for right now, okay, as it pertains to Young Living. Number 1, how Young Living essential oils are made. So how are Young Living essential oils made? That could be one. Are Young Living essential oils pure? That'd be an interesting one, right? Are Young Living essential oils safe for dogs? That is a huge one because you can educate some folks, right? There's a lot of fear mongering, right? I mean, there are legitimate things that you can't do, right? But there are some that you can, right? Are Young Living essential oils organic? That's also an interesting article you could write, especially since we just got certified non-GMO. What a cool, like, I'm going to write an article about that because I'm also a non-GMO freak. So I'm absolutely going to write an article about it, especially because it's so timely. It just happened. Are Young Living essential oils FDA approved? So this is one of the times where there are a lot of people that shy away from things that we have to say no to, right? Because we have to say no to that. But why don't we instead educate as to why that is? Right? Let's address the elephant in the middle of the room. It's not approved because it's junk. It's not approved because of XYZ, right? That's how we change the mindset of people out there, is by educating them. And the more of us that can educate about these things, the better. And the more that you can educate people, the more of an authority you become in the industry. People will flock to you. People will join your team. People will want to get their oils from you because they trust you, right? And they should. Soapbox, I'll step down now. Where to buy Young Living essential oils? I mean, that should be your number one article, right? Which Young Living oils for headaches? That legit was what somebody had typed in. A lot of people apparently. But I would say which Young Living oils are good for headaches. That makes more sense. Young Living toothpaste review. Yes, reviews are amazing, the same way that unboxings are amazing. Young Living Thieves review. Do a before and after, right? Young Living Ningxia review, which all day. Like, I have to be careful about not over Ningxiaing my folks or my audience, where they're like, I get it, you like Ningxia, right? But like, I want everybody to know about it. It's ridiculous. Like, it is insane stuff. You guys already know what I'm talking about, but do a review of it so people understand what it is. I mean, it's been around for how long and nobody knows what it is still. Like, that's a problem, but we could solve that. Blog about it. All right. So those are the top 10 things people are searching for. So let's just say Young Living Ningxia Red review. We'll just, that's how you show up high on the search engines, is by typing in exactly what people are searching for. Okay. I mean, if it's a goofy one, like, which one was it? Which Young Living oils for headaches? Like, that was a little worded kind of strangely. So I would adjust that. But this isn't, so you could do this. All right. So what you do here is you just start typing. So you just do this. Try to make it words. Try to make it make sense. What I would also do, you need to make sure that it's at least 300 words long. Please hear me on that. It needs to be at least 300 words long. The reason why is if it is not 300 words long, it is not going to be scraped by Google, or Google will not know that that article exists. Anything shorter than 300 words is not scraped. Okay? So make sure that it is. You can also add images. All right. So you would just, let's see, we can go to the media library. You can go to stock photos here. I'm just going to choose one, like whatever. I'm just going to use her. Go to import. Select. And now she's on there. You can write a caption if you want to. And then you can even move this. Oops. There we go. You can even move this down below the image. Okay. Again, make sure it's 300 words, but as you are typing, make sure that you use different kinds of styles on your fonts. So use your italics, use your bolds, because what that's going to do is it's going to make it very easy because let me back up. We want for people to search for our articles and to find our articles and to want to read them. Okay. That's the first part. Okay. After that, when they get to our blog, we want for them to actually read the blog, right? We don't just want them to show up. We want them to read the blog because that's the entire point, right? But if they get to your blog and it's written out as like one big paragraph, I guarantee you that 99% of the people are going to come to that blog, look at all of those words jumbled together and say, I can't commit to that. But, okay, here's the trick. What you do is you do a sentence and then space. Whoops, I made too many spaces. And then do another sentence and then space. And maybe do 2 sentences and then space. And then make sure that you have some of your words are in bold. So as they're skimming through like the actual article itself or the blog post itself, their brain is not actually picking up on the fact that it's this long of an article. They see that like, okay, I got through that sentence. I got through that sentence. That was easy. Got through that sentence. That was easy. Got through that sentence. That was easy. And before you know it, they're done with the article and they have consumed your content. Okay. Now the next thing is, I get all excited. I'm all like moving around in my chair. The next thing is when they're consuming your content, we need to make sure that we're speaking in a conversational way. So when we're writing, we need to be writing the same way we would speak, because whenever they watch videos from us and then they read from us, the goal is that they read an article that we wrote in our voice. Like our voice is talking in their head. We are building relationships with these people. Does that make sense? So like it's completely a really crazy thing, but it bonds you so much with your audience whenever you speak to them, when you write the same way that you speak. I hope that makes sense. But that is absolutely what we should be doing, okay? And then also, in every article, okay, not in every social media post, we're not talking about social media strategy right now, we are talking about blogging, okay? So at the end of every blog post, have a call to action. Okay, ask them to do something. Ask them to go read another article. Ask them to go watch a video. Ask them to buy the thing you were just talking about, right? We shouldn't feel like small in asking people to buy the thing that they just read a whole article about. You read this article because you care about this stuff. If you care about this stuff, then freaking buy it and feel better, right? Like there's nothing wrong with that. Just do it. It's like we have to stand in it and own it and just do it. It really is as easy as that. And when we are that confident and when we are that passionate, people will flock to us, right? Because we can be trusted. We're not going to be that confident and that passionate if we're out there selling something that doesn't feel good to sell. People can't do that, or they can't sustain that for very long. But we are going to be able to, because that's not what we're doing. All right, so that is pretty much it on the blog post. That's how you write a blog post. And then let me move this. Whenever you're done, you're going to have that moment of like, oh my gosh, no, I have to post this. It's going to be out there. It's going to be out in public. People are going to be able to see it. They're going to judge me. They're going to, all of that stuff. It happens to everybody. Let it pass through. Don't try to stop it. It's going to happen, right? Just let it pass on through and be like, yep, I knew you were coming. And then push publish. So then you push publish, which I'm not doing because I won't be publishing this article right here. So, but you push publish, and then it's going to freak you out and it'll ask you, are you sure? And then that'll happen again. And then you push, yes, I'm positive. And then after you push publish, what's going to happen is within 6 to 8 weeks, Google is going to scan your site and be able to see that article, right? So it's going to start pushing you up with like that. Now, try to write an article once a week. That's going to be very, very helpful in continuously pushing you up, okay? And then also, after you write an article, share it into your social media channels so people can see it, right? Because some people may not have known that that article just happened. Well, go ahead and share it into your social media channels, not by saying, here, check out my latest article, because quite frankly, Oprah Winfrey could share her latest blog post and say, here, check out my latest blog post. And I love Oprah, but I wouldn't check it out because I would be like, where's my WIFM? What's in it for me? Why do I want to read that? Tell me why. Which is why she does tell you why. But we have to tell our people why as well. So tell them something interesting that they're going to learn in that blog post. A lot of times it's going to be the answer to, or a teaser somehow of an answer to the question that the blog post sets up, right? Young Living Ningxia Red review. I could say, okay, there are 5 things that you're going to learn about what I have learned about Ningxia Red. Here's one of them. The third one is going to freak you out or something like that. And then people would go read it and then they'd be like, yeah, that did freak me out. That was awesome. So that's how you share the actual blog post and get people going to it. There's a whole nother class on social media strategy that we aren't getting into right now. But this blogging part is integral. This is a pillar. If you want to be Royal Crown Diamond, listen to me. If you want to be Royal Crown Diamond, you have got to have an online presence that allows you to convert people that you aren't even physically in front of, okay? Because it's going to just exponentially be a driver or a catalyst for people coming to you, okay? All right, so now I promised you that I was going to show you where to find more topics, and here it is. Let's go to it. It's called answerthepublic.com. And I love this website because there's this cranky old man, and he gets really grouchy if you don't. Sometimes I just sit here and let him get grouchy. Like if I'm feeling a little grouchy and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to sit here. You're going to get mad and I'm going to laugh at you. Just look at him. Mad. All right. So here's what we can do is Young Living can say, get questions. You can also do essential oils. You can do holistic wellness. You can anything, right? Alternative wellness. Anything, whatever you want to write about. Find out what people want to know about that thing. So it's going to give you all these questions. And at first you're going to be like, how on earth am I supposed to read that? And then what you're going to do is you're going to click on data. And then, friends, the magic happens. This is where you breathe a deep sigh of relief that you don't have to recreate the wheel. You don't have to think of what people want to hear from you. You just give them what they're looking for. Can frankincense be ingested? Sure, vitality, right? There's an article. Awesome. So that's what you wanted to know. Now go ahead and get some. Leave a link to it, right? It's all of this stuff. So where are the Young Living farms? And some of this stuff is going to clearly be for other Young Living people already, so it's not going to be a sale for you. But you guys, what needs to be understood, I think more than anything, is that we're a community, and that we're a community of people that are spreading this message and spreading, quite frankly, this agenda, and about healthy living, and about there being ways to be well that don't include what is told en masse. Okay? I don't know another way to say that. Hashtag keeping compliant. So what we want to do is we want to put as much material out there as possible. Our people, you guys, will come to us. Okay? And some of our articles will fall on somebody else's eyeballs or ears, and they'll go to somebody else. And that's okay, because those aren't our people. But our people will come to us, okay? So don't do like a lack scarcity mindset trick on yourself where you think everybody that comes to my blog has to be mine, right? Don't even think like that. It's gratitude all around, right? We're creating content that is necessary for everybody. I mean, you could look at, the Game Plan book, right, by Sarah Harnish. She creates content for everybody's teams. Like, it's for everybody. You can go and get her stuff for your team, even though you're not under her, right? Like, it's just, we create content for each other because together we're a community. And I think that's important to remember, okay? I also wanted to talk about, just real quick, I'm done, okay? I just have a couple more things that I wanted to just touch on real quick. Again, if you didn't sign up for GoDaddy yet, the link is x.co/GDWPMK. That's what's going to get you like the 70 or 80% off, free domain, free email, all of the things that GoDaddy just wants to throw at you, apparently. And then I just want you to think as you're starting your blog, because you guys, this is a really big deal. It's a really big deal for you. This is you actually setting up that legacy for yourself, not just for yourself, but for your family and for your kids to see. This is really important. So as you're doing this, keep your mind very open to the things that are coming in, the inspiration that's coming in, okay? Because a blog can quickly turn into a book, okay? Understand how real that is. A blog can become a reason for an online course that you could generate revenue off of later, okay? What you're going to find out is that people come to you specifically for a certain kind of information. You can put that information in an online course and be able to monetize that as well, guys. Like, there's so many things that Young Living gives us through the business itself, but then there's so many opportunities that we have right alongside that as well. So make sure that you're keeping your eyes open for all of the opportunities that are available here, right? And yeah, there's affiliate marketing alongside it. So there's, the Amazon affiliates or something like that. If you want to throw little links into your blog itself. If you are putting affiliate links into your blog, please do have a disclaimer on your blog that you can get it pre-made. You can just Google disclaimer generator. Just Google that term and you'll get a number of them. And it's just going to ask you, who you use as affiliates or who you represent for affiliates. And then it just gives you a big legal document that you copy and paste onto a disclaimer page. And then that's your disclaimer, just to make sure that people understand that you do have affiliate stuff on your page, because you don't want to get caught with your pants down on that one. And then there's Google AdSense that you can look into, which is ads on your site. I would be careful about that because some people put way too many on their site and you can barely load the honkin' site. So be very careful about that. And then people don't come to your site anymore. And then the last thing is that you can end up with just a huge team of people that you love that have seen your bat signal and have come in because of your bat signal. You guys, there is no better person to work with than somebody that has come to you because of your passion for what you do. Do you understand how amazing that is? It's not because you were knocking down their door saying, hey, you want this thing. It was because they searched and they were doing their research and you came up. And then they're like, I want to work with that person. Like, that's you, right? That's you. And I'm just so excited to even be sharing this stuff with you guys because this is game-changing stuff. Okay, that's all I got for you. Leave your questions in the comments. I will answer all questions in the comments. See you guys later. Bye-bye.